this faith-based initiative run by Sun Myung Moon, I mean, they've been going around. You got all kinds of Christians, so-called, who've been involved in this. Well, I left it in my briefcase, but I had a list of some of them that would surprise you, perhaps. I think Christ is being betrayed. He can be betrayed by commending his enemies. And I don't know how many of you read Billy Graham's autobiography. I can tell you, it's not the autobiography of a C.T. Studd or a George Mueller. You look up in the index, there is not a theological reference. It tells you it is simply the list of the names of the places he's been and the famous people he has known. It's a name-dropping volume. I remember seeing sometimes the secular people have more intelligence than we have. I remember seeing a secular cartoon, and here's Clinton in a business suit top, but no pants, shorts with hearts on them and lipstick and so forth. And Billy Graham has a Bible under one arm and a who's who under the other arm. And he says, and I forgive you, just like I forgave Kim Il-sung and names a few others. And this is a secular cartoon, and all the rich and famous people God has called me to kiss up to. I'm sorry, but I didn't say that. That was the cartoonist. But that's his autobiography, and you read the autobiography, and the enemies of Christ are his best friends. And he commends them. And this is a discernment conference. We had a message on discernment last night. You read his autobiography, and I think you come to understand a little bit about Billy. He tells you in 1949, he faced a crisis of faith. He had a buddy, Chuck Templeton, no relation to John Marks Templeton. In fact, Tim Behrens told me today that Chuck Templeton was a better preacher than Billy. They used to preach together in the early days. And Chuck decided that to really be effective for the Lord, he needed a PhD. And he went back to seminary. The problem was it was Princeton, which was already totally apostate. And he lost his faith. And he communicated that to Billy. He said, Billy, do you know that there are contradictions in the Bible? There are unscientific statements in the Bible. There are psychologically unsound statements in the Bible. This couldn't possibly be God's Word. And Billy tells you in his autobiography, he said it shook him to the core. Now, how did he deal with this? Billy tells you he said, I got on my knees and I prayed, oh God, Chuck has showed me there are unscientific statements in the Bible, contradictions in the Bible, and so forth, but I'm going to take it by faith that this is your word. We could have dispensed with this conference. All we have to do is say, folks, take it by faith. Well, a Muslim could take it by faith that the Quran is God's word. A Mormon or whatever. The problem, look, if you can show me contradictions in the Bible that really are contradictions, I'll throw it out. If I can't go back and search and find out that that is a false accusation, then this is not God's word. Billy could not teach a seminar here on discernment. It's a very simplistic, emotional appeal. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm offending some of you. But I'm giving you the facts.